Welcome to Astrodology, the podcast that brings you knowledge, wisdom, and principles that can help you find the peace and comfort we all seek and deserve in our lives. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Astrodology with Astrid. I hope you're doing well. It's so hard to believe we are closing out summer, and I better knock on wood because here in California, we've had, especially Southern California, we've had a very mild summer. I mean, it could have been loads hotter than it has been, so I am #grateful. I am literally bouncing off my chair as I get to speak to you about this new moon in Virgo. So much is happening. And before I get into this, I just want to say that when we look back on 2025, this is going to be one of the most extraordinary, exceptional times for lunation and the cosmos. Hey, if you don't believe in astrology, fine, but look into astronomy. Even astronomers are blown away by the aspects that have appeared in 2025. I mean, we've seen things that our ancestors, that no human being has ever seen happen before with planets and the cosmos. So I just want to leave you with that. But I'm here to talk about the new moon in Virgo. This is a black moon, and it's a black moon because it's 2 consecutive new moons in a season, as well as a rare occurrence that I'll talk about in just a moment. So coming in on Friday, August 22nd, 2025 at 11:06 Pacific time. This is representing a time of powerful, it's like a blast of new beginnings. So if you've been looking for a fresh start or restart, this is going to be it. It's about detoxing, and it's about resetting all areas of your life. And you'll see how this is such a quintessential quality of Virgo. This is all about how we care for ourselves, our mental health, our physical health, because this is a quality of Virgo that is their superpower. But it's also how we care for ourselves so we can be a part of this world. I want to start off by saying happy birthday to my wonderful Virgos. And the top of mine and the top of the list is my wonderful son, Austin. This is his golden birthday. He is turning 30 on the 30th. And I'm so excited. It's just such a blessing to have such an amazing, wonderful, extraordinary son that is turning 30. That makes me a lot older as well, but my sons have been a blessing. Austin has been an amazing blessing in my life. So happy birthday to my wonderful, extraordinary, exceptional son. On the same day, my dear old friend, one of my oldest friend, Robert Goddess, is also celebrating his birthday. So I just marveled at my son and Robert being born on the same day. Happy birthday to Jason Rogers. Jason is almost like my son from another mother, my dear friend Jacqueline Rogers Witt. Oh my gosh, just unbelievable. Her boys are unbelievable. Carl McGrogan, although you're no longer here, I know you're hearing me. You're in the cosmos somewhere. Happy, what do they call it? A heaven birthday. I'll always remember you. I never forget you. Ori Almany, which is one of my son's closest, dearest friends and the Almany family. And I believe Gotti, your brother, is also a Virgo, which I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but I think Gotti's birthday is this month as well. Monique Delgado, Mo Better Blues, how are you? Sean Sanderson, my brother in Seattle, husband, friend, loyalist. You embody Virgo, and you're married to one of my dearest, truest, beautiful friends, Lisa. Andy Kastenberg, my son's father, and my ex-husband, Virgo. Ann Katzman, my sister-in-law, she married my brother, and my brother and I used to always marvel at we both married Virgos born a day apart. How about that for astrology? Mary Christine Chaudhry, I don't know where you are, Mary Christine, but you were one of my first yoga students 25 years ago when I was getting started. So great to have social media to keep up with your life and your beautiful family. Calvin Stone. Happy birthday, Calvin. Your mom, Tammy, is coming through clutch for me. One of my oldest, dearest friends in life. Shauna Meyerson. It's been so long since we've seen or talked, but you are my yoga maven. Kevin and Catherine O'Daniel. This is a husband and wife that are born on the same day. And you know what? It's beautiful. Jeff Klepper, been years and years and years, but your wit and your down to earth, you're just amazing young man. I hope to see you someday soon. Michelle Matheson, my corporate executive maven. I see that you are Virgo. Dominique and Donovan Vernon, my cousins from one of my dearest cousins, Tony Vernon and Exelda Vernon. These are twins. Dominique and Donovan, happy birthday to you. Thinking about you today. Dorit, another yoga maven. When I think about you and all the work you've done in the world of yoga, I'm still in awe. And Gary Carter, you are one of my first yoga students, again, from 25 years ago. I think you're actually on the cusp of Leo and Virgo, but suffice it to say, I see the Virgo energy in you. So let's get into this. Virgos. Gosh, Virgos are always well-groomed, well-appointed. But one of the things that Virgo is very good about is radiating efficiency. It's something about their stance, about they have that look. You know, Scorpios are said to have a look, but Virgos also have their look. Virgo's stance is attentive, and what I love about Virgos is they're always ready to serve, especially in offering advice and information, because they're pretty learned. They have a really good memory for details, because that's one of their superpowers, is attention to details. The key word for Virgo is precisely. And the I am statement for Virgo is I analyze. Virgos can't help themselves. They're constantly analyzing. They are the sixth sign of the zodiac. And I love this for Virgo, and it holds true because number 6 is the number of love, of divine feminine energy. You know, Virgo is represented by the maiden, by the virgin, but it's also 6 is the number of love and compassion and self-love. And Virgos are very loving people, and they care a lot about themselves. They care a lot about their families, and they're always worried about the world. So they worry about the world, but always Virgos are quick to add help and support. So if your sun, moon, or rising is in Virgo, you're going to be heavily impacted. In fact, I think the moon and the rising signs live out more qualities of Virgos than the actual sun sign. So Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is now direct. Hallelujah. Just in time for your birthday, for you to be on deck. But what's amazing is this rare occurrence. It's called a bookend moment, because this new moon is coming in at 0 degrees. 0 is considered the anaretic degree. An anaretic degree, whenever you start at ground zero, what does it represent? It represents rebuilding from scratch. So this is pure embodiment, and it's going to bring extra potent energy. So the first of these 2 moons for Virgo in 2025, which is very rare to happen, is on the 22nd here, Pacific Standard Time. And then the second one will come in on the 21st of September at 29 degrees, the ending. So we have the Alpha, the 0 degree, and we have the Omega, the 29th degree, is the last degree happening for you, Virgo. So happy birthday. Also, the second new moon is coming in with the solar eclipse on 9/21. So, wow. So 0 point means that we're hovering between realms. A 0 point gives you access, and a 0 point helps us to start with a clean slate and refine our habits and see the future with better clarity and better focus. Virgo is asking us to make a genuine and honest assessment of ourselves. What are our personal strengths and weaknesses that we want to address? This is also a black moon. It is a black moon because it is the third new moon in a season of 4 new moons instead of the 3 usual, or 2 moons in a month period. So the last black moon that we had was on 5/19 in 2023. So the next black moon won't be around until 8/20/2028 in 3 years. So see the potency and the importance of you doing something extraordinary or special or something. Raise a glass on this new moon in Virgo. So the sky is darker when there's a new moon. We can't actually see the moon illuminated because it's dark for a reason. New moons is about going inside, turning inward, and connecting with that energy that we have inside of us. So Virgo is owning this season. It's owning going into fall. Virgo is the new archetype to explore because Virgo is the maiden, it's the virgin. The maiden is a picture holding the ear of wheat. So it symbolizes the productive nature of Virgo. And boy, are Virgos productive. If you can't say anything else about Virgos, is that they get a lot of stuff done. They kind of defy the odds in what they get done. And I see this a lot. People that have Virgo moons, especially, or Virgo rising, they get stuff done. So when we have that solar eclipse on the 21st, it occurs when the moon is directly between Earth and the sun, and the moon will cast a shadow over the Earth. When you think about Virgo, think about it's in the details, because that is what they're all about. Now, this next thought comes from Steve Judd Astrology on YouTube. And he calls out this 2.25 hour window happening when the full moon comes in on the 22nd. So the sun, the moon, and the rising, the ascendant, will all be in Virgo. So Virgos, if you're around, if you're Virgo, please take a moment to pause, write down your wishes, do something. So for 2.25 hours window, the only time this year we will have the sun conjunct the moon, and the moon in ascendant also in Virgo. We'll have 3 in Virgo, and this is for 2 hours on this day. So 0 degrees of Virgo. So this makes the aspects very important. There's an exact square from the sun and moon to Uranus at the start of Gemini. There is also an exact conjunction with the sun and moon with Saturn, also at 0 degrees of Aries, and a very strong conjunction of sun and moon to Neptune at 1 degree of Aries. And then there's a softer conjunction from the sun and moon to Pluto at 1 degree of Aries. So the idea is the new moon is in this difficult aspects with these 4 big planets: Uranus, Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto. But again, Virgo can hold its own because it's such a grounded sign. So, you know, these big grand planets have been changing from feminine signs to masculine signs over the course of the last year, and this will continue until next February. So it's a time of overall compressed, heavy duty energy, like I said, in human history that we've never seen before from an astrological perspective. So the planets are still very new in their new signs for this first new moon of Virgo. So think focus, get analytical, think about budgets. This is a time to review your finances. Put yourself on a budget. Maybe you've traveled for the summer, spent a little extraneously, but now it's time to get back to basics. This is time to link to your daily routine. Virgo energy governs our daily lives and our daily routines. You could say the mundane, but in the world of Virgo, it's absolutely essential that those daily rigor matches up. Virgo is a sign, you could say the sign of medicine, because they rule health and physical health. You know, it's an earth sign, so it embodies the physical body. Virgo, gut health is super important for Virgo. You know, Virgos are very mindful what they put in their mouths. They're mindful about like overindulging, or very mindful about eating very clean and, specifically. So Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So it's a time to express yourself verbally, writing things down, maybe writing a song. I have some creative friends out there writing poetry. I know some extraordinary poets, Celia the poet. So we have to scrutinize things in our lives in order to shift them or change them. And Virgo energy is going to help us do that. Virgo wants us to be strategic. It wants us to be reasoning. And what I love about Virgo is Virgo will call you out on the carpet. They will not hesitate. Sometimes they have a sharp tongue. Scorpio and Sag are, equated with this, but Virgo can deliver a sharp cut. But you can't get too mad because it's usually the truth, Ruth. So Mercury, the messenger. And if you know Virgos, like I said, they deliver the information. And Mercury is exalted in Virgo, which means it's in its superpower of its own sign. So this makes Virgo energy always very potent, because when Mercury's on deck, that Virgo energy is going to be more potent because it's exalted in its own planet. Mercury is a communication of all things: knowledge, travel, learning, thought, reason, logic, eloquence, perception, wit, speech, writing, reasoning, intellect, cunning, expressive, memory. And then I love this one, trickster, because we can trick people with our words. Probably a lot of attorneys would be great if they were Virgo because of Mercury in the mind. Mercury is thinking, writing, it's magic. It's like spelling, we cast spells with our words anyway. So that's why I think Virgos can be so magical, because they are articulate in speaking and in writing. It's about words, how we convey our ideas. It's about analysis and analysis paralysis. Virgo minds are quick and sharp. Now, my son Austin, he's got this incredible memory, but his mind is sharp. You can tell him information. And one of his favorite statements, or I should say classic statements, is, "That just doesn't make any sense." So I came up with an acronym for Virgos because, I worked for Procter & Gamble for so many years, and that is the world of acronyms. Acronyms become fun because they cut to the chase. So I think the acronym for Virgo is MIMS, M-I-M-S, MIMS. Make it make sense. Virgos like to organize. They like to categorize things. So I'd say that feng shui is a superpower for Virgo, because it's right up their alley to have the environment. When they survey the environment, it's got to look aesthetically a certain way for their minds to feel comfortable. Now, I thought this was interesting. The birthstone for Virgo, for August Virgos, is peridot. Peridot is that limey green stone that one woman said, "Oh, that ugly green." But once I told her that peridot is found at the crust of the earth, she kind of changed her tune. So I found this kind of cool, because being at the crust of the earth, Virgo being an earth sign, it's a beautiful, beautiful birthstone for Virgo, because it's deeply connected to Mother Earth. And then September Virgos, the birthstone for September is sapphire. Sapphire is usually dark, rich blue. And this rich blue is associated with the throat chakra, speaking, talking, Mercury. There we are again. So August is also National Wellness Month. We don't have too many days to tap into this energy, but you can make it a continuum. So the idea is, let this new moon energy and the focus on wellness be your reset. We need to be uber conscious during this time and aware during this precious new moon. It's a time to put ourselves first. I love this thought from Moon Omens. This 2025 season is bookended by 2 new moons in Virgo. The first happening just hours after the sun moves into Virgo, and the second, a new moon solar eclipse on the last degree of Virgo, happening just a day before we move into Libra season. This is a very rare occurrence, and one that seems to imply our emotions, subconscious, and the hidden aspects of ourselves will be highly involved in the themes that play out this season. We'll have many opportunities to release and detox old mental and emotional patterns and blocks, and to find practical ways to satisfy our emotional needs in our daily lives. This season offers us a chance to regain balance, come back into our bodies, and use our minds as a tool to better our own lives and the lives of those around us. So beautifully stated by Moon Omens. If you're not following them on YouTube and Instagram, I urge you, Moon Omens. Follow them. They give such profound information, and they do these beautiful downloads for the new moon and the full moon. This is a karmic pivot. So if you felt like you came into 2025 and things have been a little topsy-turvy, a little upside down, like things haven't been going your way, this is a pivot. We're at the time where your intuitive understanding, and you're going to finally see something that you need to take very serious, very focused, and get very strategic about it. And your action has to be very strategic and precise, kind of like Virgo. We start to feel that something ahead is very profound for us. We don't know what it is just yet, but we can start to feel it. Because Virgo season brings in a fresh start for qualities of the sign of Virgo, like health, organization, and practicalities. Virgo is also a healing sign because of its adjacency and connection to Mother Earth. But also, Virgo energy helps us get organized and clear any excess that exists in our physical and energetic environments. Virgo, again, is also the sign of service and helpfulness to others. Virgo is grounded, logical, rational, perfectionist. Virgos enjoy things running smoothly and efficiently. And the great thing is they will help you so that they can feel better about it. Health regimes. Think about health regimes. Think about bringing nature into your daily life. Again, Virgo rules the 6th house of our daily living. And it's the 6th sign, as I said earlier. But it's also concerned with where things are sourced. Where are things sourced? Where are things coming from? Virgo's also concerned with self-growth. And this is a tough one for most Virgos, trying to follow and listen to the guidance within. Virgo energy can become very, very, very nitpicky with details, can drive you crazy. But this is why things, when they say dot the I, cross the T's, things don't get missed in the end. Virgo represents the end of summer fun and return to back to school and the focus on our mental faculties and our physical environments and lives. So this new moon energy is bringing disruption because it's saying no more fun, get back to reality. It's pulling the carpet from under us and saying it's time to get it together. But it's also bringing enlightenment. Virgo cleanses and clears your headspace due to its governing planet Mercury, because Mercury also governs physical exercise, healthy habits. The issue with Virgo, that Virgos can sometimes become workaholics, but it's to the point that they enjoy the work. They're being workaholic stresses everyone else around them. Purity is important to Virgo and bringing order out of chaos. If you want to bring order to an assignment, a project, a team, hire a Virgo. So this is a time to get organized. Start your year-end accounting. Don't wait until December to do this. Get in action around a desired outcome that you really want to see. Your physical form is important. Again, take care of yourself. Review your dietary habits. Get into the body work. Get into your body work. Reset your clock. Refresh your supplements. Refresh your sleep schedule. And this is a great time for the parasite cleanse. I know I harped about it in 2024, but I think I've only done the parasite cleanse once this year. But I'm coming back to enter the fall season. On September 3rd, the 10-day parasite protocol will begin, and I'll talk about this again before then. But if you want to join me, email me, DM me, call me, I don't know, just be in touch. I love this thought from girlandhermoon.com. I mean, the way she writes is so beautiful and so profound. Our first of two, this new moon opens our second eclipse season of the year, making way for September Virgo solar eclipse. Sitting at 0 degrees, it's an entry point, the most powerful of beginnings. Sitting behind its perceived emptiness, it is creative, fertile, alive, and rich. It is giving, overflowing with opportunity. It is a gift. It is a field of fertile soil, inviting us to plant our visions, our hopes, and our dreams. It's a blank canvas offering every color paint imaginable and asking that we paint our desired reality from the heart. It is a reminder that while in this sacred body, while upon this sacred earth, we have the gift, skill, and pure magic of weaving thought into form, energy into matter, dreams into reality, love into living. Virgo, as an essence, is deep medicine. She is sacred and holy, grounded and intentional. She is the physical channel through which divinity channels into form, devotion embodied, a vessel of healing and refinement in the name of service and wholeness. When we relate to Virgo from a space of truth, openness, and intention, her energy offers sacred refinement and intentional movement. Her energy brings patience and a reminder that each step we take, if we so choose, can be and desires to be an offering to the all, which is never separate from what is the deepest offering to the self. I mean, that's beautifully stated. The only thing I will add is that we always have 2 weeks. So the new moon comes in on the 22nd, but we have 2 weeks to live into this delicious energy until we get to the new moon in Pisces in 2 weeks. So if you miss this, hearing this lunation before the 22nd, you're good. It still will apply until we get to that new delicious moon in Pisces coming in on September 7th. In closing, I say this. I follow the guidance I can hear, see, taste, and intuit. I trust in God and this universe. Wisdom speaks, power whispers, fear yells, truth is silent. I am. I claim everything I have put into this vortex. It is done. Again, happy, extraordinary, exceptional, beautiful, Alpha, Omega, new moon in Virgo. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Astrology with Astrid. And again, a big, beautiful, happy birthday to Virgo. Thank you so much for tuning in. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Kota Life Goddess, COTALIFE Goddess. Follow me on YouTube, Astrodology with Astrid on YouTube, and sign up for my newsletter on kotalife.com. I'm going to be coming out with some new programs and things that are happening in buzz, so you'll be the first to know. Thank you so much, everybody. Namaste. Thank you for listening to Astrodology. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to help support the podcast, please hit the subscribe button and tell your friends about it by sharing this program on social media. You can also follow me on Instagram at Kota Life Goddess or at kotalife.com. Kota is COTA, Kota Life Goddess or kotalife.com. Thank you again for listening to Astrodology, and I'll see you next time.